Amid the shadows of forgotten legends, there traversed a solitary gentleman through the backwoods trails of Delaware. At the end of his dusty day, as the sun cast long, eerie shadows over the desolate cypress swamp, he found himself before the welcoming lights of an inn. With a weary heart and aching limbs, he sought the comfort of a roof and a warm meal. The innkeeper, however, with a face pale as the moon, declared his abode full to the brim. The desperate entreaties of the traveler fell on reluctant ears, until at last, with a voice of dread, the host offered him shelter within a room of dark secrets. The chamber was shunned by man and beast alike, said to be haunted by the restless spirit of a murdered barber, whose bloodied visage roamed the halls when darkness fell. Unfazed, the gentleman agreed to take the room, his resolve hardened by fatigue. A meager supper warmed his bones, but his curiosity stirred with tales of spectral whispers in the night, murmuring the eerie offer of a shave in the dead of the wee hours. He laughed off the morbid tale, and with a heart light as the fleeting daylight, he made way to the chamber. The path to his eerie abode wound through a room of gamblers, their faces masked in desperation and vice, their voices echoing the hollow clinking of their ever-shifting fortunes. As the traveler inspected his room, the shadows of the night seemed to dance ominously, mocking his bravado. He found naught but a lonesome basin in a forgotten closet, its porcelain face mirroring the pale moonlight. Fatigue enveloped him in its cold embrace. He tossed fitfully in the bed, which seemed to grow colder with every passing moment. The stillness of the night was soon violated by a sinister whisper, its trembling plea for a shave piercing the silence. The gentleman scoured every dark corner of the chamber, yet found naught but night's chilling breath. Tired eyes sought refuge in sleep once more, only for the ghostly whisper to return, now a haunting chant rising in his ears, echoing through the hollow walls. Driven by the eerie cries, the traveler found himself by the window, the insistent breeze pushing forth a ghostly plea. The taunted man's gaze fell upon an ancient oak whose gnarled limb grazed the shingles with every gust, birthing the otherworldly chant that mocked the inn. As laughter from the gamblers below seeped through the floorboards, a devious plot took root in his mind. The traveler, with a devilish grin that could very well have been birthed in hell, for who knew from whence this wicked man came, clad his form in the ghostly white of his bedsheet. With the basin held high, he stormed the den of vices, his ghastly figure and his raspy, shrieking threat, "Do you want to be shaved?" scattered the sinners like leaves before a tempest, their screams of terror a macabre melody. The traveler swept their ill-gotten gains into his basin, the moon casting a now sinister glow upon the plunder. As dawn cast away the shadows of the night, the lodge stood in eerie silence, its halls echoing the tales of a ghostly visit. As the yawning innkeeper, still rubbing his eyes, stumbled into the main dining hall, he asked the traveler if he had enjoyed a good night's rest. The traveler replied in the affirmative. "Well, no wonder," said the host, "for the ghost, instead of going to his usual place, made a mistake, come into our gaming room and carried away every last cent. The guest, without being the least suspected, quietly ate his breakfast. With a light heart, but a heavy face so as not to give away his deceit, he bid farewell to the tortured inn and its bereft wayfarers, leaving behind a tale of ghostly retribution and eerie whispers that would fuel wagging tongues for generations to come."